on our lesson where we will try to understand the most appropriate way how possible to apply some design for your package. Of course, for that way we have to prepare some document. Usually it's a logo book from the company, which is help you to understand what kind of elements you would like to apply for your package, where these elements should be placed, how you could decorate the background of your package. So let's try to provide some simple design for our structure, which has helped us to understand the way, the algorithm, the steps usually which designers need to do when they think about the design. Of course, we avoid the process when the designers make some research to try to see some references. Of course, they need to talk, they need to work with the company to confirm, to apply, to discuss what the ideas usually could provide it, and at least 3 different type of designers or different appearance of the designers need to provide to the customer, and then they choose one, they make some correction, and of course the design was confirmed by the customer and could be sold. So first of all, we will open the file which help us to make the or to work um, with the identity of the company. So I have some small, like a short explanation or implementation of the rules, which is help us to use the design. On that slide or on that artboard, we can see some elements which is we could use for our design. It's like colorful logo, some color behavior of the logo, black logo, inverse of the black logo, the behavior of the logo on the identity color scheme, the saving field which we need to follow just to keep our logo independent from other elements, the identity color scheme, the additional identity color scheme, the style elements, and typography, identity typography. So this is the short list of what usually designers need to use or need to think how possible to apply for the future design. And now we will use that design to make a good visuality of our object. First of all, I would like to apply some background for our package. And for background, I will choose the one of the additional color. In that place, I will just copy this swatch, go to our object, and then on the layer with design, I will draw a rectangle, which is exactly about the bleed forms or bleed marks, and then just paste our rectangle, our square, to take the color by the eyedrop of our future design. Now I decided to make uh, some decoration of the object, and it depends where I would like to leave everything. For example, I decided that I need the logo, the colorful logo, which is placed on that package. And in this case, I will place my logo on the cap, I will place my logo on the front of the package, and also I will place the logo which is on the back of my cover. So in this case, I go to the logo rules and choose what kind of logo I could apply. First of all, I will choose the logo which is color logo for my package. Put it, make it smaller, and this logo will be placed exactly on the size on the front side of my package, for example in the middle, and also the same logo I will put on the cap, but the same things I need just to move it, this logo exactly, I need to rotate this logo just to give ability to me to put it in the right place of the object, just make it group, because otherwise you may see that my logo is out, my logo is not connected or is not combined together. So just if I need to move somewhere, for example, I'm not sure that it's in the middle of my object, I will just redraw some rectangle, which is exactly about the size of the object, make the transparent filling, and then just select my logo using the shift. And now I can make, just a moment, I need to make a selection. Also, it's better to choose selection about the key object. So now I can move my logo exactly about the mid of, about the center of the package. So now I have two logos, which is exactly on the side where I would like to use. One more thing, I decided to make some patterns on my side view of the package. So for that, I need to use some elements from the package. For example, I will use that elements to create my pattern. So first of all, I will just copy it, go to my file, then just go object, path, make, and then put my element inside of the object. One more thing, just to make this object exactly to make a good pattern, I first of all to change the size of the rectangle, which has helped me to provide exactly connection of my elements. Like that, you may see now that I have a good ability to work. One more thing, just to make ability to have the pattern which is go through all that elements. I need to check that everything is correct to connect it exactly of my elements, and if I can see the pattern is good for me, I could apply, just click done, and I have this swatch of the pattern here on my swatch windows. And now I decided that I would like to make this side view of the package with that pattern. So for this case, of course, I'm going to my design layer, create some rectangles, which is exactly connect to my object, and apply the one more thing just to apply exactly how I need. I will use the rectangle which is go till the bleed, and now I will go to the swatch and apply my pattern. If this pattern quite big for my package, I could use scale tool just to make a scale of my object. Usually I use my own way. It's how you will know the software. I use the options about the transform pattern. So first of all, now the pattern is fixed inside of my form. So now I will just unfix my pattern, click OK, and use the scale tool just to make it ability to see more elements from the pattern. So I, for example, could make it bigger like that. Or of course, you could make some smaller corrections or just move it, for example, to use it exactly when your object will finish, like here, for example, or make it smaller. Just, for example, you may see here some small elements which is not good. So you decided to make it smaller. Just use click shift to make smaller all the parts of your elements like that. And now one more thing, other probably is okay. Now I need to go to the scale tool, then fix it my pattern inside of this frame, click OK, and now use again shift just to make exactly the same size of my package which I would like to use to make it visible of the package. Now you may see the pattern is became smaller because this is way how you could make the elements of the pattern inside of the pattern bigger or smaller. and just change the frequency. So now one more things, I could copy this element to my another side of the package like here, but because we use the element till the bleed, so in this case if I would just move it like that, it will just transform my pattern, which is not appropriate from that way. So now I select my select my rectangle with that pattern, go to the scale tool, again unfix it my pattern inside of the object, and now just I could move the frame of my pattern, which is hidden some elements from the pattern. And one more things, if I decided to make a good visuality, it's better just to make the reflection of my elements which is go to the front view of the package. So now I need to fix my pattern inside, and then I could make the reflection of my element of my pattern. Just use transform, reflect, and reflect according to the vertical side. Now you may see that my patterns goes exactly to the front view, and this is nice appearance of how it will looks like on my package. So one more things, it's about to make uh, white bottom usually, because when you have a glue, it doesn't have to be any color of the element. So in this case, I will just select the rectangle, just use just deselect first of all this object, use rectangle, choose a white color for that rectangle, and one more things, I will just make rectangle which is exactly by the bleeds using the elements of my object, just to leave any elements, or just to make the white of that structure of the bottom. So now one more things, because when we will make a fold line of the package here, probably we could get some white space when we will fold it not in exactly line which we need. In this case, it's better to move our element down about 3 millimeters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Usually it goes according to the bleed options. And now I can move it exactly to the place where I need. This also I don't need it yet, so I could also move this element just to make smaller size, not to exactly to show that about the bleeds white color. It's a color which is not exactly which we need on the bleed size, but because it doesn't matter when we will use the bleeds, it's automatically will be exactly the white. So we could keep our white color exactly on the place where we work. One more thing, you may see that according to the bleeds, our glue area connected to the color, which is not good. So in this case, of course, I could make some correction. So I select and move it down, just make some space between the color, between the color and between the glue area. So now I have a good options of that element. So this is how we could avoid these kind of mistakes, to use just to not make troubles for printing process. And one more things, I will use again one more element which is help me to provide here the same element of the appearance. Usually it will be like that on the object, because this is also should be not exactly about the color. And here again I need to create some extra space of the color, just to give ability to after the folding lines not to have any white space. Again about usually it's keep it about the same like of the size of the bleeds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, I have some troubles about the connection between the ink, I mean between my background and the glue area. So again, just make a smaller size of my glue area, just to have extra space between the ink, between the background of the color and between the glue area of my package. So now I may see that everything works correct. Here I could make a smaller size till the bleed. This is okay for me. So this is give me ability to show how it works exactly about the object. Sometimes the top side view valves also could make a white just to save some paint from agency. But about the design, maybe when you are trying to educate yourself, maybe you could keep it colorful or color it. So now I probably could make uh, some uh, some name of the product which will be inside of the package, using exactly from the rules what kind of text you could use it. For example, we could make some this text, but it's in outline, so probably maybe in some text you could place in the back side of the package. It will be some explanation or description about the object. Let's make some small paragraphs about what it's possible to use or to have. So I will just draw some text frame of the object. So it could be one frame, it could be several frames. It depends what kind of text you would like to apply for the object. So I will choose a text tool and just draw this text tool with some placeholder text. So the minimum size of the text on the package could be 6 points or sometimes 4 points. It's quite readable. For example, 4 points usually used for medical packages. I mean, for packages for medical um, stuff. But for normal, the minimum could be 6, and it depends what kind of text and how many texts you use. You could use some, you could change the size. It depends on how it will be works or how it will work going through there. And also one more thing, of course, it's better just to use the same appearance of the color, just to give ability to work of the elements. Like I will choose blue one and one more. I just move it to make several text frames, just to show you how it's possible to confirm. So this is some text about what is inside of the package. One more things which usually which we have, it's elements about the logo in the website, and also some icons about the standards, barcode. Probably it's also possible to apply here. So let's, for example, to make the barcode of the object, like let's. I will just fill the place where it could be. For example, probably I will leave here some barcode just to keep ability to scan it, and also some small icons about the standards. So the standards could be a different type of the standards, like a recyclable icons, like Russian or any international, like a European standards icons. It also could be some instruction how you have to utilize the objects, and also possible to use several elements to apply. I will show you that elements by the rectangles, just to give you ability to understand where it could be possible to apply. So first of all, the barcode usually in the bottom could be in the back side of the package, in the bottom of the area. So I will just make some lines to provide the appearance of the barcode. So usually it's a white background where the barcode provided. So it depends how you could use this barcode of your object. I'll just make some line. Then I will just make copy it of this line, just make some simple element of the barcode. So of course you could repeat it exactly how usually it's look like. So it's up to you how you would like to use that element. So just give ability to see exactly what you would like to show. So this will be a barcode of our element, just to make it easy to work. I will expand it just to make it feel it, then make it together unit just to make ability to use it in one place. Of course, because the barcode usually it should be exactly about the white background of the barcode, but now probably the technology works quite properly, and of course sometimes you could place in a colorful background, but I will follow by the standards, and I will draw some white background just to give ability to place any icons also, which probably you could meet on the package. So that could be like a different type of standards or recyclable options, or any another instruction how you need to utilize a package of the after using the product. So this is all how possible, how usually we use that elements. The barcode usually have the size which is about 35 millimeters. Of course, it should have some space around just to show you, just to give ability to scan it in an appropriate way. One more things, of course, I can place here some small elements which could represent some icons about how you could use the icons. Could be, it depends on what you would like. They have to look absolutely the same, just to show you ability uh, to understand that it's all of them quite important when you would like to apply something about the elements. So this is probably could be some icons about the different type of the standards. Usually it's provided by the industry or by the other elements or by the customer who audits the design of your package. And one more things, because we decided to make some additional um, uh, logo on the back side of the package. So according to the hierarchy, I of course will provide this package in a small size, just to give ability to show that this is exactly about what we have, or about what we're talking about, or for what kind of company we create the design of the object. Again, just extra space around to help ability to understand that this is the company for whom we create some design. And you may see that the main logo quite bigger than the opposite logo, or the secondary logo, because of course you have to provide some hierarchy about the elements which you apply for your design. So this is the main things which probably you could use. Maybe of course also you could use some name of the products. I will just provide maybe just simple things like product name. Of course, you have to use exactly according to the identity. You could use exactly the typography which you apply for identity, like a Helvetica New Era Light. So I will go to the typography to choose that light. Also, just make some maybe correction. Of course, you could make some several elements to apply this product, to convert, to change something on your product. Of course, it's better to use some elements which is help you to understand this the size, the name. I will also make some maybe decoration. Also, maybe you decided to make some rectangles, which is help you to provide a good size or a good appearance of the object. For example, you decided to make some color, which is according to the doesn't work in small size. Can see check. So for example, we decided to make this one, and again, just to try to provide a good visuality of your object, you decided to have the same rectangle, so you could move some rectangles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And here also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now maybe you will get these kind of elements. Of course, it's better to move it, that elements exactly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you could move it, this rectangle, exactly to the size where it should start. Of course, you could make here some small correction. So this is already some very simple changes which just help you to provide a good visuality of your object. You could just place it in where you would like to use them. And of course, this has helped you to provide a good, nice visuality. Also, if you decided, you could move it one more time, that element, and just make another size of the color. And then to make it nice proportion of the elements. So now probably everything is the simple things usually applied for any place where it probably could be about how it's look like. If you just decided maybe to change something, this has helped you to understand how you could change. So this is not I don't like it quite, so I decided maybe to make some reflection, and then just to make ability to go from someone place and see how it looks like. Now probably it's better to keep it like in the previous time. So it's again up to you how you could use that element on your package. So just keep it that way to help you to understand what is probably possible to apply for your product and how possible to apply for your product. This is really nice just sometimes to think or just to have some changes or some tryings about how you could use it, that elements in the product. Or probably I will keep it like that. This ability to show some package just to keep it everything how it's possible to apply. Now we're ready to save and to apply the clipping mask, our bleed mask. So for that I'm going to the sublayers to find my path. This is he is usually placed in the bottom. You just need to show the icon or to find the icon. You could just select and move it, this element, exactly to the place where you need to use. So in the top of all the elements in the sub layers of the object. So now it's in the front. So now you could select everything on your layer, and then use right mouse button and choose make clip and mask. So it's hidden everything around, so keep it only the die line or the bleed line of your object, which is we need to apply for our object. And one more things which we need, it's just maybe to create the outlines from the text. For that, I could use Ctrl A on my layer and then just go to the type, create outlines. So now all the text is outlines mode. This is what you always need to check, because otherwise in a PDF file your typography, which probably could be not represented on another computer, could be just missed, and all your design will be just destroyed. So in this case, we're ready to save. We're going to the file, make first of all file which is in Illustrator, just to make ability to change something if customer decided to change. So you will use just Illustrator, or if you need already to save in PDF file, so you have to go to the PDF file, then give a name, any name, just click Save. Now, first of all, in Adobe PDF preset, we choose PDF X4 usually, because we have a technological layers. In this case, this standard give ability to create layers on Acrobat, in Acrobat. So now we're going in a mark and bleeds. Here we have to apply the trim marks. We usually don't need to apply the trim marks because we have a die line. It's a complicated shape of the object. In this case, we don't need to perpendicular trim marks because usually it's for a rectangle product. or the rectangle size of the product. So we will, for offset printing, we need to apply the registration marks, color bars, and use document bleeds. This is the most appropriate things which you need to apply just to save your PDF file for very common situation of the offset printing press technology. And now you are ready to save file. Of course, you just need also to check about the ICC profile, but this is not about our lesson today. And you just need to save file. And on your computer, you have already the file, which is about the file of our package. Now you may see some layers here, some marks which you need to apply. And now your package ready to print it and use it. So this is what I would like to share with you about the packaging design, about the design, the simple design which you could provide when you try to understand the basics of design package. Thank you very much for the lesson. See you. Bye.